What's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Starseed. We have a beautiful pick a card reading. You will be choosing between divine feminine energy. This can be about you or your person. And divine masculine energy. This can also be about you or your person. Now, I'm channeling the energies in a very key way. So I would recommend that if you are a woman, you watch the divine feminine first, even if you identify as masculine, and then watch the masculine one, because I have a feeling that the feminine vibration of the overall being will be important here. And the same for the masculine. If you're a man, watch the divine masculine one first, and if you identify as a feminine, then watch the feminine energy after. It'll be in that key order for you for a reason. So just go with it. This is all energy. I highly recommend that you watch both, because be it for you or your person, the information that comes out here might balance you out overall, the yin and yang within yourself, least of all within the connection. So love could be incorporated here, but at the moment we're looking at these energies for you as an individual. Okay, let's roll dice first. I keep hearing a song, and before I get in the song, I want to see the numbers. I want to see the numbers that we get. What numbers are we going to get? We've got 2, 2, 2, 5, 11, so another 2, 1, 3, 3 is so popular right now, another 1, so 1s and 2s and 3s, because we also have another 2 here, are important for this group. Now, a certain order of these numbers may stand out to you, and if so, write them down, look them up as both angel numbers, master numbers, as well as your life path number. You can take them all down to a single digit and see how this single digit resonates for you. Give me 1 second. Let me get my camera to stop spazzing. There we go. And see how the single digit resonates with you. So if you chose the divine feminine energy, you are next. But before we get into that, remember that this is a collective reading. Only take what resonates to and for you. Leave what doesn't. The song I was picking up for both groups is actually a spiritual song, but it's a code as well. And I feel like someone's grandmother's bringing it in. The image I saw was a little child. I couldn't see the sex of the child. The onesie that they had on wasn't giving it away. But I would say the child might have been around maybe 4 or 5 from the length of them. But they're sitting on an elder's lap, on an older woman's lap, with their head on her chest, and she's swaying from side to side. It's like they might have had a tantrum, or they might have been restless, and she was singing this song to calm them down. So I feel like you hear this song. And again, while I'm seeing a specific child right now, I feel like both the divine feminine and masculine group resonates with the song. Masculine, you might be the one that heard this song when laying on the relative's chest. It's very like relaxed. Like, you know how kids really tire themselves out after throwing a tantrum, and like their arms are just flap at the side, and you know, all their weight's on the person. This is what it feels like. But it helped to calm you down. And it was way in the water. That way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. It's a code historically, but I also feel like it's a code from whoever this elder or these elders are. It's something that they used to say to get you to calm down, or something that they used to say to get you to think before you act. Because, you know, if you know what the song's meaning is, you know that it was a code on how to leave. And also for those who lived near a stream or lived in the water, when you snuck in the water, you had to wait until a certain time at night. Sometimes you even had to wait until the water was moving a certain way so that they wouldn't detect that you were running away. So you might, your background, I don't feel like it matters here, in the sense that you could be from any background, but that song, it's special to you. It means something, and it might be tied to a grandma. And if you are a child that resonates with that swaying, you more than likely might be a masculine that resonates with it. So we're going to get into the group, and we're going to see how that translates and go from there. So group 1, Divine Feminines, you're first. All right, Divine Feminine, you are group 1. Let's see what we have for you. I feel like a lot of synchronicities have been popping up telling you that you need to surrender more. You need to stop being so guarded. And this isn't just like with people, but just like with yourself. You're guarded with yourself. You need to, and you seem to put up a block. Like you'll see synchronicities of a blessing that's coming to you, and you'll make excuses on how it's not for you. You know, you might see something that says that you're going to have huge success with a project or an idea, and you go, oh, yeah, but I don't know because of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, child, if you don't just accept this blessing. I feel like that's why so many of you, like I said earlier, if you listened to the little pre-song channeling, I guess you would say, there was the Way in the Water song, and it felt like it was coming from someone's grandmother. I really didn't pick up a masculine singing it, but maybe you had a grandfather that did. And it was that Way in the Water. For this group, though, I feel like while that song may resonate, and I recommend listening to that part in case you resonate with that song, but while that song may resonate, I feel like there's something with the energy of needing to get over hurdles, but needing to allow yourself to fully heal so that you can accept the blessing as you get over the hurdle. It's like every time you get over something, you wait for the next bad thing. And so when something good comes in, you don't trust it. And you look for, in other words, you self-sabotage, but I feel like they want you to understand how you self-sabotage. Because sure, I could choose the cop-out way and I could say, oh, you self-sabotage and call it a day. But there's a key way that you go about doing it. So surrendering to the synchronicities and paying attention to them and listening to that inner voice and that inner guidance is important. Ooh, the whole deck is trying to come out. Is important right now. We are not taking the whole deck, Spirit. We're going to go card by card, love. We got a lot of cards here. All right. Oh. Music. Look at that. Earlier when I was channeling, there was a song, and I'm still hearing music, and it has messages received through music and lyrics. So be this from your person, or be this just from your own higher self, your guidance, your divine energies. They contact you through songs and melodies. Because I feel like some of you listen to instrumentals. You're not, it's not that you don't listen to songs with lyrics. It's just sometimes you find yourself chilling to a instrumental. You might listen to, what are those videos called? What is it? Lo-fi or something like that, you know, where they'll have like the anime characters will be on there, or I should say anime, which is the proper way to say it. Characters will go on the reel and it'll play like hip-hop music, but it's all instrumental. It's not actually lyrics. You get certain vibrations, and you even hear, even though the song has no words, you hear certain things when you listen to that kind of music. I feel like some of you listen to classical. I'm hearing like, that sounds like Mozart to me. I'm trying to hear it more clearly. It's faint. I feel like you play it in the background when you're studying or something. You might have an app that plays different types of instrumentals from classical to other, and it helps you study and focus. I love those apps. But you probably have one that's like that. So a lot of messages are received in music. There's definitely something about water. Something about water. So there's that song, but now I'm hearing many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wondering I'm lost. Like I keep hearing that. Somebody feels like they always have an obstacle or a hurdle to get over, but instead of it feeling like mountains to you, it feels like treading in water. So, you know, when you climb a mountain, as hard and tedious as that may be, you can feel when you pull yourself up to the next level. You can feel when you're stepping on a rock that might crumble under your foot so that you can change direction. But when you feel like you're just kind of pushing through different waters, you don't know how deep or shallow certain areas are. It's almost like someone's body, it feels heavy to me. Like if you've ever swum with jeans on, or somebody like playfully pushed you in water and you had jeans on, that feeling of like the clothes being heavy. It kind of feels like treading through quicksand almost. That's the vibe I'm getting here. But if you change your perspective, oh wow, look at that. We have faith. Faith. If you have more faith, if you allow yourself the peace of faith is what I'm hearing. Allow yourself the peace of faith. Allow yourself to trust the process. But most of all, if you may not be a gambling person, and this is also an expression I use a lot. You may not be a gambling person, but you bet on yourself because you know how much effort you're going to put into something. And if you feel you've been putting in a lack of effort, then you know where your problem is. So there's no point in constantly thinking that you're stuck when you not only know where your problem is, but that means that you have an idea of what your solution is. Now, it may seem hard. It may seem like you're treading water because when you go to figure out certain solutions, in comes another problem. But sometimes those problems are coming in because of your mentality. So there's a need for responsibility here, and there's a need to pay attention to the symbols and signs. And sometimes you're just going to have to move on faith. You're just going to have to trust in what you're being shown and trust in your capability. So it's not always, I'm going to put it this way. You might get a sign to invest in something, or you might, in whatever it is. It could be a job. It could be a connection. It could be a friendship. Maybe that friendship is only for a season. Maybe that job is only for a season, but best believe that there is a reason and you will learn something from it. It might be to teach you how to trust yourself more, to listen to your intuition. In the past, you might have said to yourself, well, I trusted certain individuals and I got burnt for it. But you had signs the entire time that something was off. There was still a purpose that they served. It wasn't just a negative thing. There might have been something they told you that you learned from. You wouldn't have had that experience without that individual. However, you clung to the negative. You held on, be it calling yourself trying to be a good friend, not wanting to just write people off, give people a chance, whatever you want to title it. But at the end of the day, you felt when sometimes they didn't have your best intention at heart. You felt when there was jealousy or something. And since you weren't doing anything wrong, you were like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I must be tripping. Or maybe it's in my head, or maybe they're just having a bad day, but you had the signs. That was your higher self. Not just your guides, not just the divine, but it was your own essence trying to get you to understand how to recognize vibration, how to recognize that some things come in your life to teach you something in that moment that you can carry for a lifetime. But what it was delivered in, i.e. the package it came in, the person wasn't meant to stay. They were meant to move on. This is whether it was, a connection or something else. So don't keep putting on other people and don't keep putting on the next relationship what didn't work in the last. All you're doing is manifesting another problem and showing the universe, I haven't learned anything. So you're getting signs and symbols and vibrations through frequency of music. And this is our first language. Harmony, sound, vibration. That's our first language. Before we ever talked words, this was it. And it's telling you to have more faith, to put your hands to the sky and say, I'm free. I'm free of all my burdens. I'm free of what wasn't working for me before. And I'm choosing to activate the higher power in myself. I know there might be more lessons. I understand there might be more challenges, but I excel each time. I am a stronger me. Let's get one more card from this, and then we'll move on to the other oracles. Inspiration. You are an inspiration, and you also find inspiration in the simplest of things. Look at that. This is making me think of Two of Wands. The coming out of the comfort zone, realizing the world is your oyster. You get to choose your path and how you walk it, but you're guided along the way. There's guidance along the way. I actually have something I'm going to be teaching on this soon, so I'm being mindful in how much I say here, but you have a beautiful energy, and there's so much prosperity coming to you, and there's so much inspiration that you can give to the world. You've just got to allow yourself to go through the metamorphosis. You've got to allow yourself to go through the change. Through the change that's trying to come, and let go of any shame that you've ever had. Let go of painful humiliations and anything that's ever made you feel like I gotta crawl in a ball and hide myself. Let it go, because You're meant to shine. You're meant to be something powerful in this world. Let's get into creativity. Let's see how these energies play in the creative realm and what you might need to do. You can apply this to business, but I will translate it for multiple things should I be moved to do so. I feel like you do well with people who inspire you. So you know that, I'm pretty sure you know the expression, if you don't, your tribe's your vibe. So if there are people around you who feel more like they drain you, they don't really contribute to your vibration, let it go. I'm here, let it go, let it go. There's a gospel coming in. I'm hearing a gospel song. Whoop! We got money. Like I said, there's some amazing opportunities coming, but it's like you don't have faith in yourself. And you're being told, have faith in yourself. You're being given the right signs. You're inspirational, and you have all kinds of inspiration around you. The world is your oyster. Don't be afraid to display your talents. Don't be afraid to make money off your talents. How safe do you feel when pricing this for someone? What if they wish to buy it from you? There's something that you're amazing at doing. I'm going to just put it out there right now. There's something you're amazing at doing. I don't care if it's giving information, if it's making something. I don't care how many other people make it, how saturated the market is. Your unique way of expressing what it is what someone needs. And the sooner you put it out there, and the sooner that you allow yourself to build and fix your craft as you go, meaning right now you might feel like, okay, I know how to do something, but I'm not the best at it. Put it out anyway. If you're being moved to put it out, put it out. It's like I'm seeing 8 of Pentacles. It's like work on it as you go. Improve it as you go. But you got to start somewhere. You can't just do nothing. And you can't keep just waiting and waiting and waiting. You have to actually start the process. You have to actually put in the work and put in the time. And when you do that, you see the rewards. And most of all, when all else fails, when you're like, I got to gamble on something. If it's one thing you can bet on, it's yourself. Yourself. It's not telling you not to trust other people, because you got to have faith, right? But it's saying pay attention to the vibrations and bet on your ability to make something out of nothing, even when things seem like they're going crazy, even when things seem like they're unfixable. You can come up with the solution. And if you make a product, if there's a product that you have, charge the value of the product. Stop lowballing yourself. Stop, I'm gonna charge $5 for something that's worth like $50. That's silly. Stop doing that. That shows a lack of faith in yourself. Trust yourself. People invest in what they want. You might have had money issues before, and I'm hearing coconut oil is lucky for you. So if you can get yourself some coconut oil is lucky for you. It's not about being codependent on it, but please understand something, because some of y'all get confused. The oils, candles, herbs, all these things are part of your earth, and therefore a part of you, and how they work for you depends on your vibration and intention. So if you find a lot of times that when you wear even when you just wear like maybe coconut perfume or something like that, because somebody smells like coconut perfume. Even if you wear something like that, you just seem to be lucky that day. You seem to be more creative that day. You seem to get more opportunities. It's a sign. Keep doing it. When it's time to change up, you'll feel it. You don't got to be codependent on it, but you do it when you feel moved to. And on that day, you see the results of what you need. I feel like somebody also, they don't use lotion, they use oils. So they'll like rub down with coconut oil. It's lucky for you. Ooh. What do your instincts and or gut feeling tells you? Look at that. What have we been talking about this whole time with trusting yourself and understand? You have your own intuition. You have your own intuitive knowledge, and you need to have more faith in it. Look at how that lines up. The vibration of music, money's a vibration. Money's a vibration, darling. Having faith is trusting your intuition. Let's see what comes out with inspiration. Somebody's into I love when stuff like this happens. Subconscious, get in touch with your deepest vision. Your subconscious can only store but so much in reality. So a lot of times your subconscious, it's codependent upon old things, like old memories, old ideas, old ways of thinking. You can reprogram your subconscious and your conscious level to flow better together and to download new information. I don't always like using these techie terms, but some of you relate to them better. So you can integrate into your system a new way. So you might put affirmations in your subconscious, and in your conscious level, you remind yourself to take certain actions and to do things throughout your physical day, to take certain spiritual actions and acknowledgments to help you. But the subconscious is important for you because for so long you might have told yourself negative things. Now, as much as I'm picking up on that, I'm picking up on divine feminines who are confident too, but it's like something always kind of got in your way. So maybe you were confident in your abilities, but you weren't charging the right price. Maybe your intuition told you to do something and you didn't listen, and it's still a part of subconscious programming. So getting in touch with those deeper aspects of yourself will not only inspire you, but help to clear up any confusion that you might have had. We have put 2 and 2 together. This simple act is your next step. 1 + 1. And woo, there's the ones. If you looked at the dice earlier, we got a lot of ones. You got 1 + 1. I'm hearing not the lyrics. So since I'm not hearing the lyrics, I won't mention it. But I'm hearing Beyonce's 1 + 1, but it's just the instrumental, like the guitar part of the song. Remember what I said about someone here listening to instrumentals? Somebody might actually have a partner that's really encouraging. You may not always listen to them though. Divine feminine. You might be kind of hard-headed sometimes and you don't want to tell him or her that they're right, your partner, but it's like they actually do give you good advice and you just don't always listen. They wouldn't even gloat about being right because they actually just want to see you be successful. They fill you up. For those of you who haven't met this person yet, because I do feel like some of you, this is someone coming in, you might meet them on a business trip. Something about what you do as a business is how you meet your person. And I'm hearing the lyrics. 'Cause baby, we ain't got nothing but love. Darling, you got enough for the both of us. That's how they make you feel, and that's how you make them feel. Let's get into the business task. Let's see how what task can you do to write with music and money. Some of you probably do music, like you, whether you might be an artist or maybe you produce, perhaps you run podcasts, or you you do something with radio, you do something with music, and it's looking like that's going to become a huge part of your career. And we have promo. You probably do promos for other artists. Like you're really good at seeking out talent, or you are the talent. Maybe you're good at also seeking out people to collab with. Ooh, I like this energy. So we have this card signals it's time for a demonstration, advertisement, freebie, or hype. Allowing for expansion brings you the abundance that you seek. So promoting your work is important. Somebody here, a divine feminine here, does music. Or again, you promote artists. You're good at helping people. Oh, I think I know who. I think I know who some of you are, actually. But you're really good at getting people to be confident in their talent. And if you're using your talent, this is the funny thing. Sometimes we're good at making, like when we're singers and stuff, we're good at making other people feel confident, but then we're kind of like about ourselves. So you're being told to invest some of that energy that you put in other people into yourself. Whatever your business in that may be, you might be somebody who does I don't want to say bio because it's not as simple as a bio, but when artists have to go to certain like record companies and stuff, I forget the initials of it, but it's something that you hand over that they can put on their website or use to advertise you. It is a form of promo. That came in really strongly for someone here. We have with intuition, but you can't make this up. Music playlist. We are 80% water, and music affects our water body. Oh my God. And then, didn't I say many rivers to cross? Are you enjoying the sounds in your environment? Do you need something upbeat or down tempo? And I said there's a divine feminine who listens to instrumentals or listens to music. I feel like it helps you think, it helps you study. You might have an app for this, or maybe you have a set playlist, and like I can resonate with you, honey. Like I'm resonating with you so much, so I understand how to explain this to you. Music is a language for you. And when you feel like you're treading in water, certain sounds help to keep you afloat. So if we take the music element out of this for some of you and we just apply it as vibration, because like I said, music is our first language, vibration and sound, then it's about your environment needing to improve and you needing to do things in your environment to either pick up the beat if you find that you're lacking or you feel sluggish. How can you pick up the beat? How can you pick up the tempo? And if you are somebody that's like super hyperactive and your mind goes 1,000 miles a minute, then how can you down that tempo a little bit? Calm it down some. This might be why I'm hearing the gospel song switched. So let me see if the other one comes back before I say anything. It's from the same album, funny enough. I'm hearing joy. Joy, joy to the world. Joy to the world. Let earth receive. Yeah, I'm hearing, it's the Whitney version. From, so somebody's favorite movie might be like The Preacher's Wife, or maybe your mom or grandmom liked The Preacher's Wife a lot. Somebody here might be you don't have to be Christian now, but you might have been of a Christian background, or because you're spiritual, you like inspirational, like music. We do have inspiration here. I'm hearing repeat the sound in joy, repeat the sound in joy. Let heaven and earth, like I'm hearing the whole song. Heaven and nations sing joy, joy to the world, sing joy to the world. If somebody like needs, it says down tempo, and some of you might need to calm down, but I feel like some of you need to get upbeat in an inspirational way. So it's not saying that anyone in the group who doesn't resonate with gospel might have to listen to gospel, but you do need to listen to something where the lyrics pick you up. Lyrics matter in this moment for those of you who are listening to songs with lyrics, or you need to listen to an instrumental that just picks you up. It makes you dance. If you're cleaning, play music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of crowd I'm picking up. You are divine feminine. Like, you're the kind that would do that, to play music while cleaning. You got to come out of that many rivers to cross kind of energy. Like, you got to come out of it. With the inspiration subconscious, we have shipping and handling. I feel like this is more than just your business. This is like, how do you handle yourself? Do you handle yourself with care? Do you handle your ideas with care? Do you really, like, if I really was to really like look into your energy right now, what am I going to see, divine feminine? Am I going to see that you're handling yourself well? Self-care is important here. All right. Remember, the same way you promo and help everybody else, do that for yourself. All right, nothing wrong with it. Allow people to do it for you. Nothing wrong with it. We have focus on delivery. How do you deliver something when it and again, for those who resonate maybe with that music energy, or oh my God. You might be a writer. You might be like a songwriter. Maybe you're feeling compelled to, or you write stories. You're really good with writing things, like writing ads for people and stuff. Focus on your delivery when it comes to people that you deal with, and don't let anyone take you out of blissful energy. It ain't worth it. Okay, that's why they're trying to take you out of it, so that they can knock you off your game. Don't you allow that to happen. What is your packaging technique? How do you package something? How do you display it? So this still, I feel like, ties into your personality too. Check with your customers' orders. Stay on top of people. For those of you who have business where people are already buying from you, stay on top of how you communicate with them. Stay on top of how, in other words, look into it before anybody has to come to you. So like, if you don't want somebody to have to come to you and say, hey, I didn't get this, that, and the third, you're already on top of it. Some of you might be running a business by yourself, and that can be a little hard. Pick a day Set a day, just like you have a day for delivery, set a day for yourself to check orders to see that they're going to their location properly. I feel like the same is to be said with speech. When you're speaking about something, or if you're in a meeting and you have to promo something, pay attention to how you focus on the delivery, pay attention to how you express the overall packaging of what you're trying to get the person to invest in, and look at the people you're talking to as both the investor, the customer, and the distributor, because then you know how to cover those lanes. Are you charging accordingly? It goes back to, are you charging the right price? I feel like some of you are lowballing. And are your policies up to date? Are you sure that you're protected in your policies, or are you protected in what it is that, again, it's interesting how these roles are lining up, right? Somebody, once again, someone's grandmom and maybe your auntie listen to a lot of spirituals. I'm getting like Sunday morning, someone cooking in the kitchen. This is what my grandmother used to do all the time. She was from the South, so maybe some of you also has stood out to me for some reason. Maybe you have relatives from the South and they sing spirituals different in the South, right? They sing them different. But I'm hearing the Whitney Preacher's Wife album again. It's a song off that album, and it's I love the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every groan. Long as I live. Like, that's the part I'm hearing. Somebody listens to that kind of music when they're needing a pick-me-up, and it's like, I feel like you're like an orchestra. It goes back to the classical vibration too, because it's like you'll listen to something that's like subtle in its tempo, and it raises. That song starts off sweet like that, and then the choir comes in. Oh, I love the Lord. I love the, surely do love the Lord. He heard my cry. Like, you build yourself up. It's like as the song builds up, you build up and you get inspired, and then it gets to a point where you need to like bop. You know, went through your praise kind of energy. Funny enough, like this faith, this is what I'm sort of seeing in my head. It's like when, if you grew up around this type of music, or if you ever listen to songs that just move you, when people take their hand in the air like that, that's what I'm seeing a divine feminine do. It's like you build yourself up that way, and then, Lord, am I putting this on the right side? And then when you need to get back in the hype and the bop, you listen to that joy, 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 joy to the world, because that song is like, it's a bop. It's, you know, you can bop to it. And then later on, by the end of the day, you probably ain't listening to gospel no more. Put it that way. You probably threw on some hip hop or something like that. This is a very distinct energy. Yeah. Let's go into Boss Babe. And these two here in Boss Babe are by Ezra Tara. I'm saying that right? I'll have the link in the description. And The Journey to the Divine Feminine, it's by Divine Moon Empress. My soul sis, my boo-boo. Jennifer, my boo-boo. Let's get into Boss Babe energy. This is you feel like a musical group. I'm not going to lie to you. This feels very musical. I like you. You're in the right spot. But I refuse to be busting out vocals like that. So I'm trying to hold back here, because the playlist I'm hearing in my head for you guys is like really interesting. It's actually very diverse, but it starts off very inspirational. So I feel like a lot of you grew up around that, or you just resonate with it, with the vibration of it. Woo. We have I am free. And look at, she's breakdancing, like breaking free, like breaking out of something, movement. A lot of references that can be associated with music. I am free. You're free of your burdens. You're free of whatever was getting in the way of your faith. You're free of whoever's trying to block you because they can't. Don't give them that power. You're free of anything that creates the illusion of I can't. You are an I am energy. And I am connects you to the me that's within you. It connects you to the you. It connects you to the we, and that connects you to the us. You have a connection to all the people who will be important in your life. Even me who's giving you this reading. This is something coming to you through a vibration that you can understand and you can apply. So you must have more faith in that power that's within yourself, and understand that that power doesn't mean that you think you're better than someone. It doesn't mean that you're trying to control anyone, but it means you're an authority in what you do. Y'all going to hear me say that a lot, especially in the programs I have coming out. We're going to talk about that a lot. It's important to recognize when you are an authority in something that you do, when you are a boss in what you do, and how you can have that free, loving energy along with it. Somebody's favorite color is orange. Her orange shirt is really standing out to me. I feel like someone's favorite color is orange. Oh, look at this. We have, I release all that is unlike love. There is a time and a space for everything I want to do. So anything that's not like love, you're letting it go. Hold on, let me get that to focus for y'all. Is it focused? I think it is. Anything that isn't like love, anything that takes you from self-love, you're no longer giving it attention. You're no longer feeding it. You're letting it go. You're rising above all of that. And you understand that there is a time and a place for everything that you want, and you're choosing on manifesting that in your life. This is go-getter energy mixed in with divine patience too. She's very, she's giving, somebody likes, this is standing out to me. Someone likes the look of the 20s and 30s. You might have pictures of an ancestor or, relative, a relative that you knew, I feel. So maybe like a grandma, auntie, someone that had that style. You like a jazzy style. You like to look jazzy. I'm seeing, like the can shows from like New York, like Harlem. I'm getting like a Harlem Nights kind of vibe from back in the day. Like fedora hats and pinstripe suits. That's like somebody's swagger. You don't all have to be from the US though, because I just heard swagger with a British accent, which is where the word swag originates from. For those of you who don't know, it comes from swagger. They have lots of swagger. Cherry red lipstick. Yeah, like I'm seeing it's a very like jazzy style. You're modern, but it's like you add this like 1920s, 30s twist to your look. We have I reach out safely. Look at that. I reach out safely. Remember the hands in the back, the faith hands reaching up? I reach out safely. Okay, let's get. We're almost done with you, Divine Feminine. We're almost done with you. Pray that this is resonating and bringing you some clarity, babes. I'm back to hearing joy, joy to the world. Bring joy to the world. Let earth receive. Someone likes to repeat good things to themselves. That's your affirmation. But you haven't been doing it lately. You've been slacking. And I see you're slacking. You got to pick it back up. Ooh, we got 2. I feel my emotions without judgment. I love my unique qualities. If we pull 1 tarot card for you, my love. I wasn't sure if I was going to be led to do that, but I'm being led to do it. So we gonna do it. Gonna do it, do it, do it. Yeah, I'm hearing 20s music. Well, I'm hearing jazz from different eras. So somebody likes to play old jazz records, I feel. Now I'm hearing swing music. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Like I'm hearing like jazzy music. You are going through a transformation. The old you, the old ways, it's gone. It's going out here. Something beautiful wants to spring up in the background. It feels like the inspiration card. Something beautiful wants to grow in the background here. And whatever didn't work is transitioning out. There might have been, and here's the thing, slight trigger. Some of you might take it as a trigger. Some of you might just take it as confirmation. A lot of people who did you wrong have transitioned from this world. At one point, you might have not known how to feel about that. Could have been family, you know, and they transitioned out of your life. You feel like you've let them go peacefully, but maybe at one point in time, you still kind of felt stuck in the vibration, the energy that they put around you. Like if they treated you a wrong way, or if they put wrong things in your head, you might have felt like those things defined you, but they don't. And the sun is shining in the background. It's not setting for you, it's shining, it's rising for you. You've got to allow it to happen though. They said pull one more. Okay, Spirit. Sometimes people who do us wrong, they sign their own fate. They sign their own fate. You can't feel no kind of way about it. There's a lot of challenges for you to get over, but you got to have faith that you can do it. Right? It's not about how many others are trying to create blocks. It's not about that. You can succeed, but you can't allow yourself to be weary by what others do. You have to trust and explore what's put in front of you to explore, because that's where your abundance lies. That's where your energy is taking you. Scorpio energy. I'm picking up on Sagittarius and Aries strongly with this card. I'm actually picking up on Leo too a little bit, but it's like faint. It's like in the background. So someone's courage might need to be more to the forefront. But action is important here with that Aries energy. Drawing back that bow. Oh my God, I'm hearing Cupid. Draw back your bow and let your arrow go. Yeah, okay, well the Zam could come through. Yeah, so I'm sensing Taurus energy, Virgo energy. Yeah. You got this. You got this. You just, like what I say earlier, you just got to put them skills to work. You got to start. You can't keep talking about it and making excuses. Oh, well, I never have time. If you got to take a few days off work, you got to take a few days off work. Stop with the excuses. You got to do the life that you need, the life that you really deserve, the life you're trying to birth into this world for yourself, your lifestyle. And maybe for some of you, a baby, whatever it is, it involves you starting somewhere. You can't just keep allowing other things to get in the way. Divine Feminine, that was your reading. I pray that resonated for you. May you have many, 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 many blessings and miracles come into your life. Remember to accept your emotions without judgment and love the unique person that you are. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. Okay, Pautu, Divine Masculine vibrations and energies that we're about to get into. I'm hearing Biggie. But yet I also keep hearing the instrumental to Redbone. Now, a lot of times when I pick up the instrumental to Redbone, there's karmic energies at play. However, I'm not hearing the lyrics, so I don't feel like it's about what the lyrics could translate to. I feel more so somebody's here or Redbone, like the masculines of Redbone. If you don't know what that means you're like light skin but on the red side. Or you might be Southern, because I heard my Ganny say hi yellow. Where that high yellow boy at? So you might be from the South and you might be light skin or fair skin. You might have an accent yourself. You don't have to be. You can look like whatever, but this is just some of the energies channeling in. Or somebody with those features are important to you. But whoever it is, it feels like a male. It's a male energy. Like a tall male energy at that. I picked up on somebody short for a split second. I'm going to throw out a height. What is it? Like 5'7", 5'6", 5'6" to 5'7", red bone kind of complexion. Everyone else feels tall. This matters for some reason. Take what resonates for you, leave what doesn't. You're always responsible for your actions and reactions. But that's what I'm hearing. But I keep hearing Biggie, and I heard hypnotize. So, like, there's a masculine that knows he has flashy ways. I literally hear Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your ways just hypnotize me. Like, I keep hearing. I'm laughing because whoever this is feels playful. Like, they would start just, like, doing weird moves for no reason. Like, not even real dance moves, just being a goof. Somebody just listened to that. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your ways just hypnotize me. I just love your flashy ways. This is why you're broken. This so. This is why they're broken. You're so paid. The lyrics are getting. I feel like somebody was listening to it and messing up the lyrics, but they didn't care. It's like whatever. The bottom line is I'm Big Papa. So you could be a masculine on the heavy side, or you may have a divine feminine that's on the heavy side, or somebody calls you Big Papa, like that's just like a nickname or something like it. You know how small people will be called big and like big people will be called tiny, like that. It's a confident energy. It's going through some ish, but it's a confident energy. Masculine. I'm like literally hearing the whole rap to the song now. And I'm also saying, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. Somebody's like a player-ish, but not really. It's not a player wannabe. It's like I talk a lot of ish. But inside, I am a cuddle bear. That's what you need to realize. I feel like you talk like this sometimes. Like inside, though, I'm cuddable. I'm cuddly. I like to cuddle. But on the surface, I'm going to be talking mad crazy-ish. You might be from New York. You might be from like Jamaica, Queens. You might be from Philadelphia. And if you're from the South, then you might be from like Atlanta or Tennessee or VA. Maybe Maryland. Because I heard like a Maryland accent just a second ago. You might be from like the bottom in Maryland. These are, take what resonates for you. What's up with the masculine energy? Let go. You might be going through some karmic-ish though, masculine. Because, you're trying to start some new beginnings though. Like, I'm all about new beginnings. Somebody is a goof. I am all about new beginnings. Tell me more about this new beginning. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to manifest. Feminines that are watching this could be your boo. And you're probably watching like, oh my God. Yeah, even in spirit, they're crazy. Even in spirit. But they might have been going through some like karmic tendencies or like bad habits that got them in trouble in the past. It doesn't have to be nothing too crazy, but it can be like their mouth. It might be real slick with the mouth. Sometimes they joke far too much. There could have been an issue with an ex for some of you, but for others, I feel like it's something with work. Like their mouth gets them in trouble at work. It's a lot of attitude, but they're very knowledgeable. They're very smart. And and then I turn the card around. Knowledge. They could also be into metaphysical things because we have watching tarot readings, and I heard metaphysical. So there's somebody who researches a lot of metaphysical stuff. They're trying to understand it better. They've been getting an interesting, all these books, this background here is a bunch of books. This masculine reads a lot. They got, this is a very interesting energy. I'm going to break it down. So there's a little bit of geekiness here. However, they talk mad, like ish. It's not in a negative way. It's in a goofy way. Like, girl, you don't even know I could put down if I really wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, they're funny. They make me feel joyful right now. Very hyper. Like, I'm trying to remember to keep my voice down. I feel like they raise their voice a little bit when they're hype. Not in a bad way, but they get kind of loud. And you're always like, shh, shut up. Why are you so loud? Like, what you mean? Why are you so loud? Like, I am still picking up on a masculine that needs to watch their mouth because I keep hearing somebody say, hey, watch your mouth. They've heard this since they were a child, okay? Masculine, you've heard this since you were a child. I feel like I need to speak to two people here. It's like I'm speaking to you, but I'm also speaking to your divine feminine. I feel like your divine feminine is probably going to show you this. And you're going to be like, man, whatever. Like, yeah, I do that, but you don't know me. And it's all out of fun. Like, it's all out of good fun. But masculine, you're trying to start a new beginning, and you're picking up the knowledge that you need to do so. You're reading, I feel like you're reading a lot of books on a Kindle or an iPod or something like that. You don't have too many physical books, but you do have some that you want. This is very particular, but it's what's channeling through. You love to learn things in a fun way. If it ain't fun, you probably struggle with it. You know when to be serious. I feel like you can turn that silly off real quick, dude. Real quick. It's ha ha ha, key, and then 2 seconds later and then what I realized about the metaphor of such and such is verse and the passage and people look at you like, what? How did you go from I love it when you call me big papa to like, and then I realized that when Tesla was speaking of energy and they're like, wait a minute, pause, who are you? Like, who are you? I heard I ain't go to college, but I'm knowledgeable. Like, you are really a divine masculine. You're really searching and finding your way back to your higher self. This goofy energy is cool, but it's what you're experiencing right now, what you're on right now is just finding a way to reconnect to yourself. You're a divine masculine that's tapping into figuring out what his inner divinity really is and how to express it on the outside. Dreams are important to you. You've been sending messages in dreams, and you've been having messages in dreams, many of you. For others, you've been led to get into herbal work. Like I'm seeing a masculine, he's doing a lot of research on herbal plants and stuff like that. You might be somebody that wants to have an herbalist shop. You're really into like herbal teas and things of that nature. You're like roots that are good for different things. You really want to understand a higher level of self, a more sacred version of yourself. You've had your wild days, though, and you still sometimes have your wild tendencies, and it shows through your humor. But you're not acting upon that wildness as much as you used to back in the day. Like, to put this bluntly, you got like a pretty boy complex that you're cleansing out. That you're cleansing. That's like the nicest way I can say it, love. You got like this pretty boy complex that you're cleansing out and evolving from. For others, it's like that like player mentality of like, I can get anything I want, anyone I want, when I want, how I want. You realize that came with a sort of like disrespectful energy at times, and it started reflecting back on you, like karmic wise. It started coming back at you. So you've been cleansing it out. You've been meditating a lot. I'm seeing a masculine really sit in meditation. You know what this energy is reminding me of? Not to say that he's like this, but I mean, the way I'm seeing you vibe, it's reminding me of, is it AJ King or, oh Lord, I know him as King. It's reminding me of his energy. He makes like wire jewelry and stuff. He's actually how I found one of my friends who does this work here. But again, you're not a carbon copy of his energy. It's just when I'm seeing you in flow, like when you're in a like flow state, it feels similar to him. So you may have Capricorn and Leo in your chart, because his chart just started standing out to me, and I believe he has Capricorn, Leo, and Scorpio. So that might be in your chart. And he has like a swag to him sometimes. He's got long dreads, and this divine masculine has long hair. So some of you might have like long dreads with, but for you, maybe the tips are colored. For others, you have like some curls going on. You got the curls popping right now. Again, these features don't have to be for everybody, but for whatever reason, these are the ones coming in stronger. Somebody's really into herbs. Really, like they're really trying to understand more about that, like the spiritual property of herbs and natural medicine. You may not be straight vegan or anything. You could be, but wow, we've been on that for a minute. Somebody really needed that. Someone really needed to know that this was for them. Like, yeah, okay, That's me. There is somebody here with a low fade. It's more hair than not, you know, especially towards the top. You might have recently colored your hair. Some of y'all go wild with the colors, bro. Like some of you are getting wild with these colors. It's cool. I like it. You're not afraid to express yourself. Like maybe in the past you kind of felt like you had to talk a certain way, walk a certain way, in order to be a so-called quote unquote man. But now you're like, man, I do what I want. If I want to paint my nails, I'm going to. Who's going to tell me I'm wrong? Nobody, because I'm a G. Like this is that personality. Like, you probably grew up on Bebe Kids. I've been meaning to channel some stuff for Bebe Kids because there is a collective that understands. If you've never seen that cartoon, you have to watch it to understand. But if I said Bebe Kids, masculine or not, and you resonated, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like some of y'all like resonate with the attitude. You might have been a badass kid when you were younger. You crack jokes all the time. You're a jokester. For some reason, your personality really, it's like you're saying, tell me more about myself. Tell me more. Boy, bye. Let's hop into the other messages. We could be best friends. That's tell me more about myself. Tell me about my hypnotizing ways. Yeah, I'm picking up somebody that's like a little heavy set, but I'm also picking up on a group of you that are like lean. I guess I would say that was like lean, kind of like the character a little bit. It's more leanness. For some of you, it's not so defined, but you're comfortable in your body. You're comfortable. For some of you, it took a while to be. You probably grew up really thin, like kind of lanky, kind of bony. Like I heard, I'm bony, leave me alone. I feel like we're in the same age bracket, my guy. Whoever you are, because you're throwing out like classic shows and stuff. Your grandma was very important to you. Your pop was important to you. Some of you said pop. But for someone here, a grandma was really important to you. In my pre-channel, I picked up on a song that a grandmother may have sung. So I recommend that you watch the beginning of the video for those of you who just skipped. Masculine. Straight to your part with no regard. Listen to the first part. And you'll get that song and that image may resonate. But somebody's grandma was really important to them. Still is. She may not be with you, but she still is. Look at that. You're going through healing. Yeah, sacred masculine energy. What transformation does your creation serve? Look, herbs. There's a masculine here really diving into like herbal knowledge and understanding. You probably got into now, how can I say this without possibly getting flagged? You're probably puff pass on occasion. Look, I'm stuttering because you're stuttering. Stop. You think really fast. Calm it down. You've probably puff pass in the past, and I don't know why you needed to say pass that many times. I feel like you're trying to talk through me, and that's weird, bro. But I'm gonna go with it. It's led to you wanting to know other ways to reach higher states of consciousness that aren't drug induced per se. It's more herbal. It's more like teas. It's more meditation based, natural, like how to heal the body. You're into healing the body. Some of you, grew up kind of self-conscious about your body. Either you felt too heavy or too thin. And since you've been on this path, you've been getting healthier. Yeah, you have a healing effect on people too. You didn't always know it. People who can make somebody laugh naturally has a healing effect. When you naturally are funny and you just make people feel good about themselves, you add this bliss to people's life. I feel like you're really good at encouraging people, but if they piss you off, the opposite is equally true. However, you're leaving that part behind. You're like, I'm not trying to come for people like that though, so don't talk about that. I can hear you. You're like, don't talk about that. We're going to leave that in the past. See, I put that in the trunk and I dropped it in the ocean. We're not going to talk about that. But it's still there. That warrior, like, don't test me energy is still there. You're playful when the moment, calls for it, and silly. Sometimes you still got to watch your mouth because I keep hearing it. I keep hearing somebody telling you to watch your mouth. Some of you are single. But there's still like a feminine energy, maybe like an auntie, or it's somebody special to you. Could be an ex-girlfriend. You don't work as a couple, you're not in love with them like that anymore, but they're still like important to you. And sometimes they say like, well, you need to watch your mouth, bro. You like, who you talking to? But then you shut up. This is like really specific for some of you. Oh my gosh. I need to move on in this energy, okay? It's not a personal reading. We are not going there with you. We have image. Look, remember what I said about some of y'all were self-conscious before? We have image. What does your mental movie screen show you about this? What do you mentally express to yourself when you think about, and what I'm seeing with image is not just about like how you present yourself in business, but to people overall. Some of you are learning to not care about others' opinions, but some of you still kind of care. You still kind of care. You will cuss somebody out if they cross a line with thinking that you owe them something. But however, you do find yourself at times when someone maybe puts you down or criticizes you, overthinking it. But a Virgo energy, Taurus energy with that. Let me just tell you off the bat because that's what I see. I also feel like you work in graphic design, some of you. So with some of you, it's herbal work, but for others, it's like graphic designing, running ads, a healthier life choice, but graphic designing and ads. Normally, I do the cards like this, but I'm feeling compelled to go this way. So some of you are searching knowledge on how to better present your art, how to better present your brand. Somebody has a stuttering, slight stutter. Like when you're excited, you stutter. Healing is important to you. Helping people feel better about themselves is important to you. Being body conscious is important to you. This is regardless of your shape, heavy, thin, small, muscular, whatever. You like making people feel good about how they look. So some of you might be into beauty products, like skincare. There's a masculine, I don't know his real name. It's been so long. He's on Fanbase. He makes these butters. You might resonate with that kind of energy. Like you're researching how chemicals mix so that you can make like butter. Somebody is into K-pop. I just heard smooth like butter, like criminal undercover. BTS, what masculines in this group? Let me find out y'all international up in here. You can be anything, but I feel like some of y'all are American and y'all listen. You're very creative. You might resonate. I know this is based on divine femininity, but again, if you listen to what I said in the beginning of the video, I said if you are a masculine energy in a male container, pretty much, watch this one first, and I still recommend you watch the other. I feel like you might still resonate with the divine feminine reading. Maybe not as a feminine, but with some of the things that came out there, because I'm seeing like colors and paintings and images, and then I'm seeing like herbs, and then I'm seeing like music, and it's like all together. It might look like a hot mess to anyone else. To me, it's gorgeous. I understand what I'm seeing. It's beautiful. But I feel like to other people, sometimes if you were to talk about all your different likes, they would be highly confused. It's like, oh my God. Masculine, Lord. You just played, some of you, not all of you, but some of you just played the remix between Whisper from the Yin Yang Twins and I think it's called Whisper. It's been so long. That, hey, little shawty, let me tell you, you're hearing that mixed with the Evanescence song. How can you see into my eyes like open door? But you're hearing that boom, boom, boom. Like it's the Whisper instrumental from the Yang Yang Twins, but it's the Evanescence voice. You've clearly been on TikTok far too long. I need you to put that down. But that's your personality. It's like you can be on the rapper Big Papa thing, and then you could turn around and be listening to like some emo My Chemical Romance, Evanescence. Wow. I said that and that started playing. Somebody likes what is the name of this band? Oh my gosh. It's right on the tip of my brain, but you got so much going on in your head. You think of a lot of ideas at once, masculine. I feel like they want you to organize this. That's why you're tapping into this knowledge and this sacred knowledge too, because you know that you need to like ground yourself a bit better. You're amazing. You're creative. You're expressive, but it's like you need to learn to be grounded in all of it so that you don't overwhelm yourself, least of all anyone else. Like I said, to other people, it's not that you look like a hot mess. It's just you'll be confusing to them. Like they wouldn't know how to translate you. If they're trying to put you in a box, you wouldn't make sense. To someone like me, you make absolute sense. But there's a way that you can display it where in business, it translates better. Because for some of you in business, it gets kind of clunky in there. And it's like there's a way to translate it better. I'm hearing you need to pay attention to what your audience wants too. So some of you might be a person with like an audience already. Take what resonates. You could be influencer. You might be surfing TikTok. You could be a musician. You could be anything, to be quite honest. I'm not going to sit here all day and like pinpoint what each one of you are. But there is a way to be more seamless in how your talents flow into each other. But you are definitely like multi-expressive and multi-talented, many of you. And for those of you who are good at like one thing, there's like 1,000 ways you could express it. The strongest masculine energy here is hyper though. He gets a little hyper sometimes. Yeah, but I feel like some of you might be trying to improve your image. And so you're being asked, well, if you're trying to improve your image, what is the mental reel that goes through your head when you think of yourself and what you're trying to do, and what seems the most authentic out of it? Don't worry about how others view you. Right now, focus on your own personal view. Get grounded in that and everything else will fall into place. And that takes getting to yourself, that takes knowledge. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. I just heard a masculine say, girl, girl. So some of my feminine masculines are here, like, girl. Let me move on to the next card. You are a special group. That's all I'm going to say. Special group. You're funny, and I like you because you're funny. Somebody's met. There is a masculine who's like, you're bold in what you do. Even when you feel nervous, you're still bold in what you do. Look, we got beginnings and we have goals. Remember I told you I was moved to put them this way? When can you get this accomplished by? I don't feel like you're a procrastinator per se. Okay, darling, per se. However, you do have a tendency of putting things off. You're being told to stop, do that. You do have a tendency sometimes of getting an idea, liking it, and then before you really put effort into it, you sort of trash it sometimes, and you're being told to review that better. Get more aligned with what you want your goals to be, and then actually set time frames that you wish to accomplish. Now, don't become attached to the time frame, okay? Don't look at the time frame and think, okay, I want to do something by this month or this date, and if it doesn't get done by that point, you're just devastated. Don't do that. Start off with small things. Start off with goals and tasks that you can accomplish like each day or every other day. And then think about what that equals in a month. Like if I'm learning graphic designing or healing or whatever this is, if I do this each day, this is the equivalent of blah, 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 blah. Like add it up in your mind, almost like a math equation. Somebody said, I hate math. That's besides the point. You tried it. That's besides the point. You know exactly what I mean. Each day, set a task, mark it off when you accomplish it. I actually have a video that's something like this that I might repost for you guys. But you set a task, you mark it off each day, but don't just go by day, then set something for a week and then set something like, so maybe for 7 days, you see how many tasks you can accomplish, and that'll help you to know what something may look like in like a month's time or 2 weeks time, and you go from there. And celebrate each time you achieve a goal. You can hype yourself up any other time. Hype yourself up then when you achieve a goal. Child, we spent half of the time breaking down your personality. Lord. One of my cards. Reverse. I like my cards in the same way. Alright, let's get into some business tasks. How you should handle your business. And all of these can be taken for career as well as, just personal. We're mixing it up for you. We're giving you a little something. something for each thing. You can apply this to love as well. We have advertising. Build trust by showing the face of the brand. Show reviews, user-generated content, behind-the-scenes quality images, and engage. So whether you're in the healing business, entertainment business, I feel like some of you do really creative things. Even if you work at a company, how can you properly advertise yourself? Remember what I said about when you look at the image in your mind of your success or of what you want to achieve and do and how that looks. Even when you're coming up with a brand, like if you're coming up with packaging, how does it look in your head? And then, some of y'all sketch out an idea, like just sketch out something. Don't overthink it. Just doodle. I'm an artist, trust me. You came to the right place, okay? Just doodle something out. It don't need to be perfect. And then start to focus on it, meditate on it, visualize what it would look like. And understand your image is going to improve as your content improves. Some of you have been putting out content because I feel like image relates to more than just pictures. Some of you have been putting out content that's like the same old thing. My sis would laugh at this because I hear T-Pain's voice, but I'm also hearing her voice. So somebody again might have like a feminine energy or person that they trust that's always like getting on them about stuff, and like they be right, but you're hard-headed. You listen eventually, but just like not right away. I'm hearing T-Pain say like, do something else, do something different. It's like that, like do something else, do something different. You've been doing the same thing. It was successful for a minute, but now people are kind of over it and they want to see something more. So this is for those of you who already have content out there. For others, you've just been thinking of a way to revamp. And instead of stressing yourself out, just doodle some stuff down, okay? You might be shopping for a graphic designer if you're not one yourself. It's important that you find a person that can flow with you, but just don't get super caught up on. In other words, as artists, and this is whether you sing, whatever you do, we get caught up on the vision in our head sometimes to the extent that we're not flexible. Be flexible. Watch the reel in your mind, but stay flexible in the reel. Don't get, and by reel I mean, REEL. Don't get caught up on, it has to be that exact color or shade or thing, or otherwise, as you get better with manifesting, you will start to produce things that are exact to what was in your head, maybe even better. I always say give the universe room to flex. Right? You can't be the only big papa in the room. The universe is bigger than you, so shush. Get some more business tasks for you masculines. Get some more business tasks. Energy for you. I feel like this deck of cards is being difficult because you're difficult. But like, I like you, but you're a little frustrated. You're like that friend that everybody loves, but you get on their nerves at the same time, but they love you, so they don't want to get rid of you, but you get on their nerves. Again, like you can be loud sometimes, and they're like, shh, shut up. But why? You like whispered in their ear, but why? I feel like talking. Oh my gosh. We have product development. I feel like that goes with that goals. Product development. It's think tank time, and you need to get cooking. Ooh, cooking, healing, getting into herbs and stuff. Get in the studio. Listen, I called it. Go watch the feminine reading. You'll understand. Play around. You already do that. A lot of you already do that, but for some of you who are watching this right now and you're like, actually, I am a more serious, sophisticated guy. Play around more. Handle your creation. Stop starting something and stopping it. Stop starting something and then thinking, it might be boring. Like actually I'm talking like a broken record because you already know what to do. And I can feel that you know what to do. So I'm going to keep it moving. We have take time to nourish what you are doing. Take time to nourish yourself. And the other card we got over here. Oh, the other card is eat. Cooking, eat, and healing, health, body image, and all that jazz. Eating gives your body blood sugar, which turns into energy Too much or too little creates an imbalance. Listen to your body. What does it need? Some of y'all need to stop puff, puff, passing. That's what it needs. Say what I said, okay? You can meet me in the streets. You're a goofball, so you know what that means. Yeah, some of you have to watch. You've got to watch your energy. You got to watch what you're putting into your body. Some of y'all, you're learning. You're coming out of the puff, puff, pass, but you're not quite out of it yet. But that's why you're focusing more on herbs. I feel like you're eating different. You're just doing things different. You're not trying to force your way on anybody else, but you do need to stop half-butting in what you do, because some of you half booty. You give half of the booty. And I have a philosophy about this. Listen. It's important. You will understand. If you keep half-assing things, right, then that means that you're over. One of you already is like, oh God, because you know where this is going. If you keep half-assing things, you're going to overstress that half of the ass that you're using. And then the other half, it's either going to get numb or become non-useful. And you have to spend time trying to build that part of the booty up. But the other part of the booty is stressed out and it doesn't want to work. And then you're completely imbalanced. Half-assing is dangerous. Okay? So stop doing. I was going to say a whole lot more. I had a whole system in my mind. But this masculine energy I'm picking up on is such a damn goof. They figured it out and had a whole reaction to it. But you get what I'm saying, okay? This is like high level, intellectual teachings right now. I'm giving you. Don't damage the other booty by half-assing. And then you need the other cheek and then you can't use it right because you've half-assed. It's that feeling when you've sat on your butt too long, but imagine it's only on one side of the butt. How imbalanced you would feel. There's a masculine that's like, why are we talking about my ass? Oh my God, this reading has went in such an interesting direction. Let me hurry up and get through these other cards. Oh my gosh, let's get into the Boss Babe Oracle. I am protected by divine love. You are divinely protected at all times, as I tell the people that I protect and watch over. You are divinely protected at all times. Okay, trusted. Healing. Many of you are light workers. And whatever you do, this isn't limited to just having to do spiritual work. Some of you could be, again, if you do imaging, you're putting out herbs, whatever you do is contributing to the collective in a positive way. It's waking them up. It's helping them. I'm really sensing. Some of you may have not been into herbs the first time around, but you're getting into it now. It's like you want to add it to your catalog, so to speak. It doesn't matter what your first career was. It could still very well be your career. This is just something you want to add. And it's something you're being drawn to do for a positive reason. Lord, y'all got me glitching up here. We have, I love and accept myself at every age. Each moment in life is perfect. I feel like even though it says age, I heard stage. I love and accept myself at every stage. Each moment in life is perfect. Every stage of your growth, physically, mentally, and spiritually, love and accept yourself. I feel like you're going to get more cards from this deck, masculine. That's what I'm feeling like. You're going to get more cards because you're special. Wow. And I keep feeling like entertainment type vibes. Some of you might have a podcast. It is safe now for me to take charge of my own life. I choose to be free. So some of you that dealt with karmic energies, I choose to be free of all that. I choose to be free. And to do what's necessary to be free. Put in the work. Really put in the work. Be persistent in what I'm doing. This says do-it-yourself queen, but you're a do-it-yourself king. Many of you do-it-yourself king. But you may resonate with a little queen energy, some of you out there. I am the loving operator. I am the loving operator of my mind. Look at that. Loving. Love you. You really do love yourself. Some of you are working on that though. So as much as we can laugh, some of you didn't always love yourself. You didn't always love yourself, and some of you are still trying. You use humor to make that attempt, but it ain't about trying, it's about doing. Get it done. Love yourself already. I love you. Look, you came by here, and we're connecting. We're best friends now. You can comment all your good feelings in the comment section. Okay, let's get into some boss up affirmations. Didn't I say let the universe flex though, masculine? Didn't I say that? I am connected with the universe. The universe is like, let me flex then. Let me flex one good time. Let me show you some things. I can show you some things. I mean, tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. Let me know if it's right here. Somebody really is on like some East Coast swag right now. Like you got, like, you have to originally, I don't know where you live now, but some of you are definitely from the East Coast. I am trying my best, but what did we just say? You can encourage yourself like this and say, I'm doing my best. I'm putting my best foot forward. But it's not just about the trying. So I'm not going to let you sneak out with that. It's about the doing. Get her done. Get her done, boy. I knew you were going to get more cards. Oh, look. See, you need to love yourself. What were we just talking? Love yourself. You're lovable. You ask silly questions sometimes. Bottom of the deck, I am strong. Like you've done crazy things in the past, so you do have a tendency of sometimes asking people like, am I lovable? Like, can you love me? Is loving me easy? Is loving me hard? Because you know you've done some ish back in the past, but you gotta let it go. Let it go. I just love how that song channels every time somebody has to let something go. Now let's see if we only get one tarot card for you. Because you got more cards of some of the other stuff, and of course not. Of course we got 2 cards. Of course, because you're the masculine. You definitely got that new beginning coming in, darling. Definitely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a new beginning on its way to you. I'm going to move this up here. And we're going to sit this right here. At Ace of Pentacles. You really are starting. Don't give up. Don't let... Something's been, you know... For some of you, things have come in and caused certain levels of discouragement. But you can't be ruled by that. You're an amazing person. And you've done some stuff in the past. Cool. Learn from it. Evolve. Do better. Be better. You already have some things that you're working on. You might have had some stumbles. You might have had some falls. But you can't let that define you. You use your humor to deal with a lot of dark stuff. You use your humor to deal with a lot of karmic things. But at the end of the day, the more that you let the old ways cleanse out and you accept this new you, the more that you truly stand in the energy of that divine masculine. Because you definitely are one. You definitely are. You got a lot of knowledge within you, and you're open to learning more. And that's the first step, is being open to learn more than what you thought you knew. That new beginning is coming. Make sure that you use your discernment and you trust your intuition. Masculine, tap into the feminine side of your intuition. Some of you already do that. Some of you are still learning how to do that because you've been taught to interpret, you know, feminine energy only in one way. But it's important for you to tap into that part. You'll see through the truth. You know, the knowledge is there. The wisdom is there. Some of you are a nighttime kind of person. You're more active at night than you are in the day. That's fine. Just get her done. This is your path, your journey. You get to express it how you need to, boo-boo. And we got 6 of Cups under that. I was going to say something slick, but I'm not. Because you already know what you need to do. So my darling, darling baby. The songs channeling for you. May you be blessed. May you tap into all levels of your abundance and love, life, health, existence. You glorious, glorious man. You glorious, glorious masculine energy. You, whichever you resonate as. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.